Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Hydro Let's Play I'll call this one episode 3. In the last episode 2.5 I kind of lost a bit of footage, that's why it ended up being episode 2.5 because I achieved a little bit off camera, but in this episode I'm going to try and capture everything. So for those of you who are uninitiated, welcome to the channel by the way if you're new. This game is something I've been working on now since October, and this is a demo version of the game. It's called Hydro, and it's all about playing a game where you manage a vintage power station, I should say, or power plant, same thing. You'll be dealing with lots of antique machinery and making sure things are topped up oil-wise, replacing fuses and syncing to the power grid, generating power for all sorts of events that happen in the town. They need help, they need power, so you're the one that can do it by bringing this power station back to life. So the demo which I'm playing right now is actually available on Steam as it stands today. Link in the description below, go and check that out if you haven't already. Really interested, if you want to try out the demo and give me your feedback, just go ahead and check out the Steam forums for that one. The discussion boards on Steam where you can leave your feedback for the game. But we'll continue our Let's Play in episode 3 today. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I'll leave a card up above to the most recent episode, and then that will have a link to the episode before that. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and continue where we left off and see how far we can get in today's episode. So this is episode 3, so we've already collected a few newspapers so far in this Let's Play series. In the demo which I'm playing here, there's a total of 4 newspapers, 4 newspaper clippings that you can collect as part of doing your quests and succeeding at your quests. So if we just head on inside here, we'll see that we've already done the mayor press conference previously. That may have been on or off camera, I can't remember. We've done a town hall meeting as well, we've powered that, and we've also powered the town carnival as well. So there's one more quest that we can do, and it kind of escapes me right now which one that is. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. In the demo there's 4 quests that you can do, so we've got one more left to do. But aside from that as well, there's upgrades that you can do to the power station as well. So we'll see in this Let's Play if we can't do some of those upgrades as well. But I think the order of the day so far is going to be, unfortunately, it's not really generating power for the power grid, but it's going to be generating power for our own on-site battery. So you can see here the accumulator is very low on charge. So we'll get this generator spun up. As you can see here, we've got our governor speed control. And we'll make this a short, sharp episode today, I think. Don't want to waffle on too much. We've got some reserves. We really left ourselves in a bad way in the last episode. You can see there that the air filter for the generator is real dirty. So that's going to actually cause the generator to overheat quite quickly. So let's just go ahead and pick up our trusty cleaning bucket. And we'll just quickly clean this up. Yep. And our generator's just clicked off, unfortunately, because you would have been hearing those warning bells just now. Basically that's just saying that the generator was over speeding. So let's bring our RPM control down. So this control here controls the RPM of the generator, and the river outside, you can see there's river mist, water mist. So if you can see a lot of that mist, it means that the river's going quite fast, so you kind of have to back off on your RPM control here, otherwise you'll go into the red zone here and you'll encounter issues with the generator overspeeding, and if it gets too far into the red, it'll just trip out, and because there's a clutch on the generator right here, and that will just automatically trip out. So the idea is to keep the generator nice and happy. You can see it's a little bit too slow now, but to keep it in this green zone. And once that happens, you'll get your nice ready light on your generator panel, and then you can start generating power. So let's just go ahead and start putting power using this rheostat control. So this rheostat here feeds power into your local batteries or your accumulator bank. Okay, so let's do that. And while we do that as well, let's go ahead and just order some battery acid for our accumulator, because I think the conditions kind of not great at the moment. And looks like we've just blown an accumulator fuse from the looks of it. So we'll have to go and sort out that as well. Our grid fuse itself, we're not putting any power into the grid right now, but the grid fuse has served us quite well so far. We're at day 6. We've got a spare grid fuse down there, but I'm just going to go and repair the accumulator fuse, the charging fuse that just blew up. So yeah, in the last episode we kind of quit the game when the day was already like halfway done. That's why we're probably not going to have much time to go through today's shift. We'll have to rest soon because our fatigue's getting quite high. But after you rest, you'll be able to start the next shift with low fatigue and hopefully have a productive shift. So we'll see how we go anyway. I'll try not to make this video go too long, so I'm going to make some short, sharp episodes here. Alright, generator's running. Yeah, get it into the zone. Now you got to get the RPMs into the zone, otherwise the generator doesn't feed any power. And you can tell if the generator is feeding power by this power output light here. Okay, so and you can see already we're over speeding. So let's bring the RPM control back down. And we've got our rheostat, crank it right up. I want to charge this accumulator already because it's very low. And we will need the accumulator for night shift. And you will need it as well for passing ships that may choose to go by during the night shifts. You'll get a telegram here advising you if that's the case. But during the night shifts, if any boats choose to go past, or ships, whatever, you'll have to make sure you've got your lighting guidance turned on, like your mini lighthouses. You've got 3 of them. In the demo, you've only got 1 marker light, as it's called. I haven't operated any yet in this Let's Play series, but you will hopefully get to see them soon. For the moment, I'm just going to go to bed because our fatigue is getting quite high. And we kind of started this day halfway because we did ourselves a disservice at the end of the last episode. We just we stopped the day about halfway through. So yeah, we've got half a day that we just continued right now. Alright, so we're actually going to be loading into the night shift shortly. And we'll see what we have. Looks like we've got another fast flowing river. Sometimes the river will slow right down to a crawl or even nothing. And that's when you'll generally find that you'll have ships passing by. Let's just refill our accumulator a little bit and turn on the light. Yeah, light's not great. We need to put more charge into these accumulators. Come on, come on. Let's get this thing moving. I'll have to apply a bit of a lighting filter to this video because I know it's quite dark and it doesn't help. My batteries are quite low in the power station, so that's why our light bulbs up here, they're really not doing that much work right now. But if we can get this accumulator charged up already. Oh god, okay, there goes a lot of things. There's a lot that actually happens in this game, and I know some of you have actually said that you prefer a more casual playing experience, and I'm kind of two minds about that at the moment. On one hand, I do want a casual playing experience where you just get to fiddle with levers and adjust things to your heart's content and just, you know, run the power station without stress. But on the other hand, I want a bit of a challenge when it comes to the gameplay experience as well. So do let me know in the comments on the Steam forums or even in this video or other videos regarding Hydro what you think about the gameplay experience if you've played the demo. We need to fill up our oil. We're just wasting oil right now because our generator's off. It's just trying to just do everything at once here. This accumulator really is not happy right now. So, and there goes our oil. The good thing is at least we've got a healthy supply of funds, as you can see at the top right. in the game, including in the demo, if you run low on cash and if you get too far into debt, you can actually, your power station can be shut down by the treasury. So there's that. Right now we're generating quite a bit of noise though, because we've got low oil, and soon we'll start having sparks flying, and we could get a noise complaint. And every time you hear this ringing noise because of the overspeeding RPM, that contributes to noise complaints as well. I'm just trying to charge this darned accumulator right now. Oh, stop it. Stop overspeeding. Try and just... every time the waves crash, the river changes speed slightly, so you kind of have to keep an eye on the generator RPMs here. I want to try and feed as much power as I can into the accumulator though. And while we're waiting for that, let's just order some more oil. And we'll go ahead and just... we've got a generator grid fuse, a spare one down there anyway. Can't do anything about the RPMs, they're on the minimum setting. Alright, just order some more battery acid, because we're really charging this accumulator quite fast. The faster you charge it, you see there the condition rating of the accumulator is dropping. So the battery acid is getting used up. So actually there's some oil right there which was delivered, and I think that is a noise complaint, and I think we did not get billed for it this time, hopefully. Yeah, okay, so not all noise complaints carry a fine, but some of them do. There's not many in the actual in the demo. There's only 2 noise complaints. But in the full game, there's going to be like, I've spent a bit of time lately. I should tell you, give you a bit of an update on full release progress. I've been head down a lot lately, just working on the full release version of this game. And I'm hoping to, well, I will be entering it into the next fest in June. And following that, I will have a release date. Well, I should have a release date for it any day now. I'm just trying to get to grips with completing as much as I can on the game, so I can get a bit of an estimate as to when I think it'll be ready. But at this point I'm thinking sometime post-June, between June and October kind of thing, for a release date for the full version. And you heard it here first, I may actually release into early access first, after the next fest in June. So that way I can get the release out to you sooner, and you can get to enjoy all the benefits of the full release, or most of the benefits of the full release, at least. Alright, so what I'm doing here is, unfortunately our generator is just being poorly managed right now because I've been yapping away. And our accumulator really is suffering, isn't it? I'm just gonna have to go lights out for the moment, because I really want to charge this accumulator up. Got to reduce the RPM, sorry about that. The river must be flowing real fast out there. Alright, very good. Accumulator's charging. There goes that air filter again. So much going on right now. Let's clean this air filter up. Air filter gets dirty as the generator runs, and if you let it get too dirty, your generator will overheat prematurely. And there goes the fuse again. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for this shift, because I really, I don't want to, because it's nightfall, it's kind of hard to see the video, I know, but yeah, hopefully that filter that I'm adding to the video is going to help kind of, you'll be able to see a bit better. Alright, let's just go to bed, get that day shift going. Maybe we'll get a quest in this day shift coming up. Oof, okay, alright, we've loaded into a Calm River shift. Okay, alright, so we've got a bit of a tutorial here because we haven't experienced this yet in this playthrough. So basically it says when the river calms itself, you can do maintenance. But it says down here, keep an ear out for the auditor. So if you if I shut up for a sec, you might actually hear the auditor's footsteps. Yep, here he comes. And he'll leave a card in just a second. Oh god, what's mine? Yep, he's just delivered the audit card. Oh, thankfully we've got good enough oil, but he did bill us actually. The auditor, of course. Auditor's not happy with our accumulator. Now what you can do, there's an Easter egg here, which I'll just go ahead and tell you now anyway. If you don't want to know, then just block your ears for a sec. But if you close this door like this, and then if you hit Q to lock the door, the auditor actually can't get inside, and he can't actually check the accumulator charge. So, oh, there goes an airplane. I just heard it. Yeah, so that's a bit of an Easter egg. So you'll be like knocking on the door like this, and he won't be able to get in. So yeah, if you're playing the demo and you're getting whooped, if you're getting your behind whooped because your accumulator is always low, then just turn off, just close the door and lock it. Well, because it's a Calm River shift, we can't actually generate any power, as you can imagine. So we can't really do anything power-wise except for drain power, as you can see. So what I will do though is I'll use this shift to kind of just do some maintenance, I guess. So hydro does look quite beautiful in the overcast like this when it's a quiet day. And you've got, there's our marker light actually, which I will explain in a little bit, but yeah, hydro doesn't look too bad in that kind of gloom, I guess you could say. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just a bit of maintenance. So I've already cleaned the filter, I think. Yeah, it's only at 3% dirt. Got enough oil. I think we'll just leave the oil be for the moment. Let's just tear this up. Don't need to know anymore. Marker light did pass though, so that's good. The audit, I mean. Order an oil can. And I think we'll do one more shift after this, folks, and then we'll call it for this video. I know we haven't earned another newspaper yet, but we have actually put some charge into the accumulator. It was 0 basically, so we've raised it from the dead a little bit. Yeah, I really do like the lighting effects in the gloom like this. Really adds another dimension to the game. But anyway, enough yapping. Oops, forgot to do this as well. My memory is horrible. Alright, let's, I was meant to fix up this accumulator fuse, so I might as well just do that maintenance as well while we wait today. So we'll just repair this accumulator fuse, and we'll just go ahead and refit this so that we're all good to go in our next shift. And one other thing you can actually do, and it's really up to you if you want to do it, but these windows actually get dirty as well, so you can actually clean these windows up. Sometimes you need to just give them more than one pass because they get quite dirty, and there's quite a bit of logic behind the dirt factor of these windows as well. Like, it even takes into account the position of the window. So if the window is facing the river and it's getting blasted by all that water spray and all the minerals and whatnot, it'll actually get all grimed up a lot quicker. So these windows here get dirtier quicker, just like this window here as well. And the two windows on the very front, they get real dirty real quick. So you can see there we're getting fatigued a bit. He's yawning. Yeah, these windows here, because they're like right beside the water wheel, this massive old rusty water wheel, these ones here get dirty real quick, but in contrast, the ones on the far end out there directly in front of us, so these windows here, yeah, these ones here, they hardly get dirty. So for these to be dirty, it really just means that we haven't been taking care of the power station as much as we should have. So I'm just going to go ahead and just clean these up a little bit. Spend the rest of the shift kinda just doing this. Maybe I'll just be able to do one pass for this one. Nope, still dirty. So yeah, the more you leave the windows, the dirtier they get. There's a bit of a counter in the background, I guess you could say. This one's dirty as well. Oh, that one was clean in the first pass. Oh well, I just hit E to clean them again anyway. And then this one right here. Last window, and then we'll be done for the day. We'll go ahead and just sleep. Alright, we'll do one more shift, folks. Night shift, actually, that one. We'll see if we can't get a little bit more power. Maybe we'll generate some... well, I meant we'll see if we can't get a bit more power for the accumulator. Because we do need accumulator power for when the ships pass through. Those marker lights, which I haven't even really shown you properly yet, are like little mini lighthouses, and you need to run them during the night if there's ships passing through. But if the water is running real fast, the ships generally won't pass when the river is wild like this, because it's just too dangerous. But if you get a calm river shift when it's nighttime, there's your marker light down there, there's one of them. And maybe in a future episode I'll get to show you how this actually works as well. But you basically have to wind this up, and then it's got a spinning light inside. You have to change the color as well, depending on the direction of the ship and all that kind of stuff. So, you know what, I'm just going to top up the oil because I don't want to have to come back and do this halfway through. I want to try and make this a productive shift right now. Let's grab this accumulator. Oh, looks like we've got a quest incoming. Let's just add some oil, acid to the batteries, to the accumulators. Alright, what do we got? Popular radio show. Okay, well actually that might be our last newspaper. So actually what I might do then is see if we can't do this, and then at least we'll have all 4 newspapers. Try and get this grid synced up. So we've got here some handy little gauges for the generator voltage and the grid voltage. So once these kind of come into sync, or more or less get close to, you'll see the sync gauge will start rotating, and then we'll try and get it into the sweet spot. There we go. I'll go into that in more detail in prior episodes, so if you haven't checked out the previous episode, just go ahead and do that. Put a link in the description as well below, and check out my hydro playlist. Actually, I'll put a link to that up above if you haven't already seen that. There's a whole bunch of devlogs and stuff in there that really explain more about this game and what it's about. Alright, let's just sit back now and, well, if you want to put some music on you can. I can't play this radio because it's got licensed music on it, so I don't want to get in trouble. Alright, waves are crashing, so we might get some RPM changes here. Alright, looks like we've just lost our interior light fuse. Let's just go ahead and fix that, by the way, because it's the night shift and I want you all to see stuff. Oh dear. There it goes. There goes the RPM. Just lost our sync. Lost our grid sync. While that's speeding up, we'll just go ahead and fix this fuse. So yes, lately I've been working on the full release version of this game, and I've been putting quite a lot more quests into it. So there's only 4 quests in this demo, and those 4 collectible newspaper clippings. But in the full game there's going to be at least 20 quests. Ooh, okay, I think we've just blown something up. It's a bit of a shame. I think our grid fuse just exploded, ladies and gentlemen. Which is not good. that means I'm going to have to go back to our reserve grid fuse right down here. So let's remove the one that we have here first. And these ones cost quite a bit of money, so they don't blow too often, but when they do, you got to look out. Oops. It's unfortunate that we missed the explosion for that, because it's quite large, that explosion. You know what, I just realized that we haven't even accepted the quest. What am I doing? God. Okay. Alright, there we go. So we've got to generate 50 units of power, and unfortunately our generator is over speeding once again. I really don't know if we're going to be able to generate 50 grid units, considering the amount of fatigue that we've already got. That's annoying. The river is just going way too fast. Look at all that mist. There's just way too much water out there. And unfortunately, sometimes the generator overspeeds. In the full game, you'll have access to like a RPM upgrade, so it will be a bit more tolerant to overspeeding. But so far in the demo, you don't have access to that. And look at that, the accumulator just drops down. Unfortunately, even this charged load lamp is actually draining the accumulator as well. And these lights are obviously draining it as well. We've got half fatigue left. I don't know if we're going to make this, but we'll just have to wait and see. Got 37 units left to generate out of the 50. And because we're running, the grid's running at 61 Hertz, so it's running a bit faster than normal. Normally it's 60. So what happens is, the faster the grid is running, the faster your generator can be known to heat up. It's not black and white though. There's lots of variables that control the generator temperature model. So it takes into account the air filter cleanliness, for example, and it takes into account just other random variability as well. So it's not always going to warm up at the same rate. But you can do certain things like try and keep the air filter clean and things like that to try and keep the temperature in check. You can also cool the generator down by going through a cool down phase as well. Well, let's see if we can't actually do this quest and get this radio show. Because if we manage to do this tonight, the paper boy should deliver the newspaper tomorrow morning, so that'll be good. We can hang up that 4th newspaper clipping, and then basically all I'll have to do then is do all the upgrades for the power station, and then the Let's Play is more or less achieved for the demo. Yeah, our accumulator is really low on charge. It's a shame. Just looking at darkness right now. Overheating. Generator's overheating. This can't be good. Sometimes it can be hard to tell what caused the generator to actually cut out or declutch itself. It can declutch when you either overheat it or if you overspeed it. So even though we're overheated now, or we were, it won't actually declutch until you hit like the absolute 120 degree limit. Okay, so the light for the overheating actually comes on a little bit before the 120 cutoff, just to give you a bit of warning. But that time it actually cut out because the RPM was not happy. Oops, almost had it synced there. We've almost achieved our quest, so we've just got to focus on this right now. Oh dear, come on. Don't. Keeps cutting out. The river's going too fast. Gotta sync up again. Alright, we're synced. So we are doing the night shift, folks. Apologies for the darkness, but yes, hopefully that light filter on the video kind of helps just brighten things up a bit. What do we got here? Well, looking okay fuse-wise. Let's just turn off our material lights because they've basically killed the accumulator anyway. Almost. Alright, 4 units left. Our popular radio show, we're almost done. Can't reduce the RPM any more than this. And there goes our oil as well. Before I forget, let's just order some oil and let's order a new generator fuse. Look at that, township demand met. And because we've been ordering stuff, our cash has really been depleted, but we've just got some funds boosted up. Let's go ahead and just turn everything off. And I think we might call it for this video, folks. Apologies, we did do a bit of darkness here and there. But unfortunately, it's a night shift, so there's not much I can do about that. Alright, so stats-wise, and unfortunately we've just got no lighting here, but stats-wise, we can see we've worked 14 shifts so far. Water Wheel's done 182 revolutions so far in this Let's Play. We've generated 328 grid units of power. And we've cleaned the glass 52 times, repaired 12 fuses, 1 township carnival, 2 mayor conferences, and what have we got? We got popular evening radio show, which we just did, and 2 council town hall meetings. But yes, we should be getting another newspaper in the morning, so let's just go to sleep. And we'll be able to frame up our newspaper in the morning. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Alrighty. Let's go and get our newspaper. This will be our 4th newspaper, folks. Our 4th achievable or collectible, I guess, in the demo. There we go. So this is the one here. Radio show enlightens, news sponsor deal afoot. So if we just open the door, and I'm gonna be very careful not to hit E to discard this newspaper. That gets hung up somewhere in here as well. So we don't have this newspaper yet. Let's just go ahead and hang up this clipping. We'll just hit F to frame it. And if we go inside, where is it? Where did she go? Where did she go? There it is, right there. So that's our newspaper clipping for the radio show. So we just achieved our last newspaper for the demo. So thank you for coming along and sharing this experience with me. Now let's see if you can do it as well. Okay, all right. Let's. I think we'll call it here, folks, and we'll set ourselves up for the next episode. Because I'm just wary of time. It's kind of getting on. It's about half an hour so far, this video, so don't want to end up making a super long video. We do need to charge our accumulator, unfortunately, because it's dead in the water once again. So we'll stop doing the quests in the next video, even though our funds are kind of suffering a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be one of those things where unfortunately we're going to just have to charge this accumulator and bite the bullet. So we'll do that in the next episode, because we need to have on-site power. The batteries need to be charged up. There's no two ways about it. So we'll do that in the next episode, in episode 4. And we'll finish this episode off quite well, actually. We'll just go ahead and save the game. It's always very important. We've got 3 upgrade credits. Look at our upgrade blueprint here. You've got a number of upgrades you can do. In the demo, you can only do 2, but in the full game, you're going to have access to all these other ones as well. Okay, and I'm working on these actually as we speak for the full release. So if you look at my YouTube posts, community posts, you'll probably see a sneak peek of this river flow water flow meter, which I've posted a screenshot. So that's upcoming in the full game. But yes, in the demo, we'll see if we can, in the future Let's Play episodes, we'll see if we can apply these upgrades, okay? And then we'll pretty much be done for the Let's Play for the demo. After that, it's just all endless gameplay, kind of doing the same thing over and over. But at least we would have done the upgrades and gotten all our newspapers. So we've got all our newspapers at least. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 newspapers. So that's all you get in the demo. In the full game, obviously, there's going to be more. And there's going to be way more quests, way more noise complaints. If you like what you've seen so far, please go ahead and check out the Steam page for the game. Really appreciate it if you want to wishlist the game. It means a lot to me. Please like the video as well if you liked it. And if you do enjoy what you've been seeing on this channel so far, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already as well. It really means a lot to me as well. But once again, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you all in the next one.